Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm with Daniela. Hi, Jack. This is our third virtual tour that we've been able to do on a pretty consistent basis. Our goal was to do, hi Christine, was to do once a month, and we've been able to do that. Hi Billy Sue, good morning from Albuquerque. Kathleen, I'm here with Daniela, and hi Darlene, Deirdre, good morning, welcome. Hi Michelle, good afternoon from New York City. Michelle was in about I'd say 6 weeks to 2 months ago. Welcome everybody. We're going to get amongst them today and enjoy the process. It's pretty neat. We just saw a key member of our team, Dr. Bob Hunt, who's with Haggard's. Morning Becky, Sharon, good morning everybody. Darlene, hello. I put my glasses on today, so see, I'm reading all you guys. I'm going to be like Price. I miss Price. Price and Beth are celebrating Beth's 40th birthday. So they've been in the Caribbean all week, having a time of their lives. Thankfully, Beth's mom is she's the very, very best. Her name's Peggy. She might be watching. But she cares for those two children of theirs and Stella, and lets them leave and reassured. And it's just truly very nice. It's a well-earned vacation. So we're here at Barn 6, which now has a new roof after that windstorm that we had going on 2 months ago. It's really quite remarkable. We had 11 barns, and it turns out now 12 barns that we're going to replace the roofs on. Happy birthday, Beth. Absolutely. Anita, how to do? Teresa from Ontario. It's great to have all you guys. So this is the herd, part of the herd that is in Barn 6, and Dr. Hunt is inspecting. What we do is at about a month old, he will come through and give confirmation reports on all the foals on the farm, and he comes in different stages. You know, once they're about a month old, then they'll do that barn, that herd. So we've got about 8 or so mares that are in the barn, including the one that Daniela, and I'm going to say hello to Daniela. Hello Daniela. That's Daniela. So all y'all who have enjoyed that incredible video that I shared on Twitter this morning of the proximity bias, Daniela did that. It's had over 100,000 views.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't it? And where did you capture? Where did you capture?
Just when he was like a week old.
Wow.
We were at Barn 5.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
And you put the music to it and edited it, and golly. So it's hugely popular. If you haven't seen it, it's on my Twitter, probably on the Mill Ridge Twitter. All I do is tweet, but anyway, it's a great video. And so that is the Oscar Performance Proximity Bias. Hi Penelope. Colt, and they'll be turning him out directly. But right before us, this mare right here is Red Carpet Ready's mama, and here is a Not This Time filly foal out of Wild Silk. Hi Penelope, good afternoon to you. This is Wild Silk right here, and her Not This Time filly. Bred by Lynn Schiff and her family, Clover Hill Farm. It's a beautiful filly foal. We're so fortunate to have her. Hello. Hello there. Hi there. I know it. I want to feature you as well. I'm not sure.
Perfect impression.
Perfect impression. Thank you. That's perfect impression. There. Hey there. And do you know the foal?
He's an upstart colt.
Well, thank you very much. Very nice foal. Tall. Strong. Very nice. We had Mark and team, and I mean it is a team, foaled 99 foals this year, which is quite. We haven't had that many foals for 20 years. And part of it was a friend of Price's named Sebastian Murat, who asked Price if he was willing, or our team was willing to help him foal out these mares, because it was just so confining to him that he could never leave the farm, and Price was willing to do it and our team was willing to do it, so they probably offered 25 mares that we foaled, as well as our boarding mares. So we might have foaled 75 or so of our own, and then hey Maggie, and then helped Murat foal some 25 of his foals. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was talking, Danielle and I were talking to Dr. Hunt as he was driving to the barn, just saying we'd started this during the COVID, and it's just been lasting, as he reminded us, and we were reminded by our visitors. We're very fortunate to do this, and y'all remind us how lucky we are, and we fully agree. So we thought we'd come amongst them today, enjoy the herd. So here we go. We got some action coming, and look, the first one out of the box up here is Proximity Bias. You'll know him by that chestnut color and that blazed face. Let's see if I can bring him up. There you go. I don't want to get too fancy.
I don't think you can zoom in.
You actually can, but it. So they're getting ready to turn these mares out. They're going to join the herd. No, surely they're not afraid of people. That's the whole idea. That's why you handle them so soon. So here is that's Proximity Bias right there. Running to the water cooler. They'll have a conversation at the water cooler. That's what they do. So we're forming our herd from this barn here. Barn 6. Our friend right here. Hello. Hi, Mama. Hello. Who do we have there? Does that affect this Belcourt?
Mm-hmm.
That's a mare of my
Yeah,
dear
we saw the
friend.
video last time.
Yeah, that's my dear friend Byron Nimitz, who is new to the business. We bought 5 mares together, including this mare here, Belcourt from Godolphin. This is a frosted filly foal that she has. Just be careful. That's a beautiful filly, isn't it? Frosted filly. This is proximity bias. You become a superstar. Did you know that? Look at you. You become a superstar. This is our Oscar Performance Colt out of proximity bias. That's right, Deirdre. Frosted. So we had some very sad news this week, and it's the Sweet Assay foal that had all the markings that we loved. Had all the markings down the leg and the big blaze. We came in to bring in barn 10 on Wednesday morning, and unfortunately he had died during the night. And we did a necropsy, and it turns out it was very rare.
Maybe hold on, I'm not sure is it still playing? Alright, keep going. Let's see.
Yeah.
I've lost it on here.
Yeah, it seems like it is. He had gastric ulcers that perforated his stomach, and he died during the night, and it came up so fast. There were no signs whatsoever as far as his coat, his temperament, his eating, his activity, and it's just one of those very rare things that occurred. And no matter what you do, you are at the mercy of nature. And it's just, if you're in it long enough, you never accept it. It always is hard, but it is a part of it. Thank you. I know. And I just only reason I share is because it's not always rosy, you know. And it's important to realize that these things happen, and it is a part of it. It's the hardest part of it, but it is a part of it. This is a mare called Napier, and she's from the Juddmonte family. Very nice foal. So I share that with you because that's why we're not featuring him. We were going to feature him actually today, and that occurred. And so this is our mare again, Belcourt. That is proximity bias there. Sorry, there. So he's our feature. And y'all are our feature. Yes, you're welcome. So the mare there in the center is Red Carpet Ready's mama. Her name's Wild Silk. This is Pin Jade. That's Pin Jade, which is owned by the Ammermans. Another Oscar Performance colt. Hello. Hello, Pin Jade. You could be a feature too, couldn't you? Yes. Hello, Mama. This is Napier again. Belcourt. Wild Silk. Yes, on a brighter note. Wild Silk. And her Not This Time filly foal, and I think we're going back. That's her Not This Time filly. So that's a half sister to Red Carpet Ready. Not This Time is a extraordinary stallion. We were fortunate when we bred the mare to Not This Time. We caught it just in time. He was $40,000. He's now $140,000, and you can't get to him. So we were fortunate with that. So these are old school water troughs that my grandfather had on the farm and what we utilized forever. Now you get those waterers, but they work great except in the winter time when you got to break the ice and work with that. Yeah, Penelope, we were very fortunate to get not this time. We bred 2 mares of the Ammermans to not this time as well. And who's the other mare with the cribbing straps here? That's our mare as well. That's Effective. And again, I should know these mares, but I don't. It's just the way it is. They're always moving, and I just don't. That's a mare called Effective that owned with Frank Garrison, the same, and these are dear college friends. Frank Garrison, David Silverstein, and Fred Hall. We own Effective together. And this is her Mendelssohn filly foal. Lovely filly. That's Wild Silk right there. Effective is a daughter of Blame from Althea's family. I ended up putting them, or asking them to join me as a partner when I didn't sell her as a yearling. I was so excited about the breeding. Blame is by Arch, who is also from the family of Althea. So Althea is a blue, quote, blue hen, which means a foundation family. And you can't have too much of it. So I was inbreeding 2 Althea in the process and such. I liked her as a yearling, and she was training great until she wasn't. She ended up having a knee. As it turns out, I'd sent her to Jimmy Toner, and she had a knee that bothered her, so we just retired her, and lo and behold, that's Effective right there with her fanny to us. Lo and behold, just the other parts of the business is her yearling, nothing against, but Darley was putting new roofs on their barns over there, at their stallion barn, and if the wind blows a certain way here, you can hear everything. There's a shooting range that's probably 2 miles away, and when the wind is blowing this direction, you hear every bang of the gun. Well, you could hear every bang of the gun on the roof, and for whatever reason, the yearling got startled and ran into the fence, and so had knee injury. We sutured it up, but was never a racing prospect, and ended up as a filly, and ended up giving it to somebody. So I'm not telling you these things to make, but it's just real. These things just happen. And it's as important to understand that side of the business as it is the red carpet readies. So this is Effective coming to say hello. She said it's okay, because you know what? We have an Oscar Performance yearling that is a very nice filly, and this Mendelssohn filly is a lovely. Look at that. How about that? That's a lovely filly foal. So these foals are probably mostly in April. Foals, wouldn't that be right, Daniela? And yeah. So let's go back to. We'll have to think like with the Pistol and with Fancy Face. We might have to come up with a name for that fantastic video that Daniela did with this guy right here. So in fact, tonight her first foal, it's named Texas Art Woman, I think, something like that is in the
Woman for Arts.
Texas Woman for Arts, TX Woman for Arts. She's by Practical Joke. She sold for $55,000 last year to Steve Asmussen at the September sale, and she's entered in the third race tonight at Churchill. I think it goes at like 7:30. My Nancy is watching. See, Mama, I put on the glasses. I've got you covered. You're late to the show. Glad to have you. Most important person in all of our family's lives has now joined us. Yes, Nancy Bell, 45-year partner and longer, 5 years before that, so it's kind of dating us a little bit, isn't it, Mama? So we're sharing with them this guy. This guy was the star of the video that yawned, lied down, and I swear you can hear his knees popping.
Yeah, when he falls down to lay down, yeah.
Do you think that's what it was? You didn't do that.
No. It might be in the music.
I don't know. I mean, you can hear in the music is fantastic, and then just his whole expression in the grass. It's just remarkable. So that's who this guy is. That's who this guy. This is the Proximity Bias Colt by Oscar Performance, and it's great. Hello, Faith. Good to have you. Good to have all you guys today. And hopefully, Danielle and I were saying we're ready for the big cannon to come and fire his shot. Price hasn't been able to get to these virtual tours, and I know we enjoy having him do it, and he enjoys it as well, but he just hadn't been able to do it. Yes, it is, Billy Sue, it is the Milk Bar, and it's oh so good, isn't it? And the grass is fantastic. This is a favorite time of year with us, because the grass really is fantastic. Kathleen, you are welcome. We just delight. We really do delight. We've got a tour going on. I wish y'all could see over yonder, right behind that car. There, you can't see it, but there's a mare and foal running over there. Those are the youngest babies over there. This would be the April babies, so this would be nearly our second youngest kind of group, herd. Just a reminder how it all works. They all are born right behind those trees on the horizon is barn 5. That's our foaling barn. Yes, it is, Lisa. It's a beautiful sight. And everything goes through the foaling barn. Mark and team, and it is team, fold them out with a Bell, who's our foaling man. And hello, Leah. Welcome. And they foal there, hopefully a healthy foal. And then they'll stay there for about a week or so. They'll be turned out in the paddock next day, really no matter what the weather, relatively. And then after a few days, probably a week, they'll team up with another mare and foal as a partner kind of thing, and to be introduced, to a partner to eventually build out a herd. So thus what occurs is you end up having 14, about a barn full of, this is the Wild Silk, not this Tom filly foal. She's also a feature that we're going to do in here. This is Red Carpet Ready's sister. You build out this herd, and the reason it's important is because they're obviously the same age, but also equally important is these mares and foals, they're going to be on a similar cycle of when they fold and when they'll hopefully be being bred back. So generally speaking, they'll come back in season a couple weeks after foaling. They'll have even a foal, what they call a foal heat, which you might skip. That's generally 9 to 12 days after foaling. And then you might go for the 30-day, breed them back in 30 days. But they're in the same barn where the veterinarian and Mark and team goes through them and follows them like that. Terry, nice to see you. You were just here. You absolutely were. We had a great visit with you and Sherry, and it was great. Yeah, welcome back to our virtual tours. Good to have you. Yeah, so this is a herd of April foals for the most part, and things, and they're all in the process of being bred back right now, or not. Some of them are being examined. Back to proximity bias. Hello, Leanne. Hello. Things. Let's go see Effective again. That is Wild Silk, Red Carpet Ready's half sister, owned by the Shifts. Strong filly foal. Beautiful. They are such wonderful people. We're so fortunate to be able to call our clients our friends and to work so closely with them. And I'd say everybody in the business is the same. It's not just ourselves. Those that are in the business generally love the horse, and that matters a lot. So this is the Effective Mendelssohn filly. What I particularly like about her is she's very strong with her hip. Watch, you'll see her fanny right here. Mamas have a way of protecting those babies being in between. And although it's not here, that's a little more independent. That's Red Carpet Ready's sister. That's Proximity Bias. Hello, Elaine. Ann, nice to have you. That's the Proximity Bias, nibbling on that piece of grass. That's the feature of Daniela's video. Yeah. Red Carpet Ready's sister. And then this is the fanny I was trying to get to with Effective. See her walking through there, how strong that hip is. Yeah. Hello, Wendy. See, I'm wearing my glasses today, y'all. And I can read these messages. I know Price, he does it. He does all that stuff. So y'all are used to talking to him. There. Sorry, it just reconnected. I hope it didn't drop. Sorry about that. Y'all know if I'm doing it, it's going to be toy with us a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Nancy. Thank you so much. We're glad to have you. Nancy Chapman from Florida. So who do we have here? You know? Delcourt again. This is her frosted foal. I mentioned my dear friend, who's grown to be a dear friend in his family, Byron Nimitz. He's from Rye, New York. Got in the business last year. We bought him 3.5 2-year-olds that are now racing. One with Todd Pletcher, one with Bill Mott, 2 Hall of Famers, one with Graham Motion, another Hall of Famer, and one with Ian Wilkes, who is an outstanding trainer. So we've introduced him to the very best in that category. And then he bought 1 yearling that has just been sent. Now it's a 2-year-old. He bought 1 yearling last year that has just been sent to Michael McCarthy. Look at that. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that. Sorry, Mama was wiping her ear on the baby there. Been sent to Michael McCarthy in California. And then he bought another 2-year-old at the April sale. Bought half of a 2-year-old with a gal that I think the world of. Hello, Betty. You are very, very welcome. Glad to have you. You're right nearby, Betty Lambeth from Nicholasville. With Carrie Brogdon, Cantheros filly that actually we had raised as a yearling, and I loved the way we loved the way that she did her breeze. considering she was the largest yearling that we had last year. And so initially Carrie didn't sell the filly. I had a reserve of $250,000 on it, and Byron bought half of her, and we're going to race it together and hopefully have a future broodmare together. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to kind of adapt this without making it angry. Hi Teresa, welcome. So that's effective there. And things. Okay, so now we thought we're going to go back. On the horizon is a friend of ours that we're going to hop in, brown car, and we're going to go over to the yearling side and maybe stop at the broodmare. There's another field of broodmares over there. We might go to that herd as well, but one of the things that we're doing just 45 minutes, not just, but 45-minute virtual tours. It just feels like that's not quite as long and such. Hi Alexandra, does your horse have a name yet? No, not yet. In fact, normally you don't name your horses because we are a commercial breeder, which means that we breed for the market. And we allow that privilege of naming their horse to whomever eventually buys this horse. For example, this filly tonight that Steve Asmussen's client, that he bought for his clients, TX Women at the Arts. Well, these people are from Texas, and so it's obviously got some kind of meaning to them, and so with the horse comes that right. So that's what we do, and most people in the industry do the same. But it's a great question. That's an often asked question. And then, do you ever go riding? It's an often asked question that I had from most time when I meet people. And no, you really don't. Well, I rode when I was a child, but I don't ride now. It's like, you got all these horses and you don't ride? But really, the land is spoken for, and you can go riding. Actually, Jeremy, our yearling manager, has a horse now that he goes riding, and it's great. But it's just not part of my life particularly. Oh, the one we're going to race. No, it does. Yes, it does have it. I'm sorry, Alexander. It does have a name. And I will. Daniela will share the name.
Is it Torino?
Torino, thank you. Daniela, just Torino, Torino, which is the city in Italy where Carrie Brogdon's family, its roots began. So named in honor of that. Torino by Cantheros out of Intensify. Yeah. Sibling to Pistol. There, see, Daniela? Man, I don't know where I'd be without you. So it's the Pistol half sister. What about that? That's what that is. We have newly painted gates. It's unheard of, considering there are a bunch of gates around here. And I'd like for them all to be painted, but you know what? That's the way it is. So there is barn 5 right before us, and mostly empty. It's going to get a new roof. I'll tell you, our insurance agent has been remarkable on our damage from the storm. Hold on, you ready? Yep, there it is. We were talking about the effective fanny. We'll look at that fanny. That is an engine right there. Brown car. Yeah, 1971. Had him for over 40 years, and he is a friend. You want to take it from here-ish? So we've got a new. So our youngest son Gardner has a corgi, and Gardner moved to Florida, down to Miami. So Nancy and I got the corgi. His name is Earl, and so he's become a farm dog, and we've grown to like him very, very well. And so now, sometime on the tours, you know, I'll go and say hello, and Earl will hop out of the car and make himself welcome, and he's a great addition to all of our other things that we that we enjoy, like Brown Car, that we like to share with yourselves. So we've got a tour going on now. It started at 11:30. I'm not sure where they are, but Earl is our latest addition, and any of y'all who might have a corgi, thank you so much, Terry. Earl is a great assistant. Y'all know, I mean, all dogs are great. Nancy and I raised our children with Australian Shepherds, and so that's what we loved, and they're all so devoted and such. But I'll tell you, this corgi is really terrific. Yeah. Thank you, Alexander. Yeah, he is. So many of y'all have been on the tours and stuff, and you've maybe met Earl along the way. The reason he's called Earl Scruggs, he's a Nashville dog, and so he was named Earl, as in Scruggs. Yeah, so now we're driving towards barn 7. Just a reminder. So this would be probably the third oldest group. Well, actually, we form a herd out of here that come immediately from barn 5, and then are in paddocks, and then go actually out to that barn 6 until that fills up. So I would say they're that group that we use barn 7 now, because we were dealing with this rotavirus. Y'all are really learning more about the intricacies of the industry today with these various things that one has to deal with. Rotavirus is just an occurrence of diarrhea that really has become prevalent with foaling mares. After the foals foal, they often get a virus which causes diarrhea that we're trying to avoid it, because there's not a vaccine for it. And so we avoid it by either foaling them outside, or moving them, not taking them in the barn, or not introducing them to any of the herd after they foal. So we use barn 7 to do that. So that's just part of, and that's what, you know, this is our game board right here. I could have avoided that, you know. It was sitting there looking at me. We've got a big pothole there that, just gets bigger with time. So, you know, it's 900 acres that we run. There, that's the prettiest view that we have. If you've been on the tours, you know where we are. Yeah, it really is great. And this is the leased property. Y'all might remember us. Hi, John. Welcome. Y'all might remember we considered buying the Helm Place, which is a historic home with 100 acres, and that's the property that we're on now. We made an offer on it, and another gentleman who really wanted to live in the house and to develop the house, which is very historic with a lot of easements that are attached to it, paid more than we just wanted the land, and he didn't want the land, and he wanted the house. So we're going to hope to continue to lease the land, which we've been leasing for 40 years or 30 something years, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to lease the land. And this gentleman had turned that home into just a spectacular place. Hello, Pamela. Pamela, it's really nice to see you. It's really, yeah, it is beautiful. Thank you so much. And I don't know if it's Pamela Brown of CNN, of John Y. Brown, that we've had the pleasure of speaking about the Queen or not. But if it is, hello, and if it's not, welcome. Glad to have you. Hi there, Carol. So now we're driving still on that property. And what was neat also, just this week, so Nancy and I have 3 children. Our youngest Gardner, who is not married and has Earl. And then our daughter Alice, who actually it is Alice and Peter's anniversary today, their 11-year anniversary. They have 2 children. Mary Price is their older daughter, and then Jack. Mary Price is 7, I believe, and Jack is 4. And then Beth and Price, who have 2 children, George and Caroline. And anyway, this site right here by Barn 14, where we are, is a site that they are considering building a home on. And so this week, we'll let Daniela kind of show you here to the left. Y'all can see that. There used to be a tenant house. We bought this land. It was separate from what my grandfather left Mom. It was 165 acres, called the Waits Place. I believe it was the Waits Place. And there was a tenant house right there on that hill. And it goes down below it is the main thoroughfare here, Bowman Mill Road, which is just a country road. But they're considering building a home there. It was, but naturally you've got a few things to jump through, because we are, this land is not in the urban service area, so you've got to go through various zoning issues in order to build a home on the land. So we'll have to examine all that. So let's see. Off to work. You are very welcome. Michelle, it's great to have you, and thanks again for coming and visiting. So Michelle was so kind when, man, she reached out during the COVID and said, thank you so very much. I'm stuck here in New York, and I really needed a chance to get out. And so we remember that very well, and yeah, that thread has stayed alive ever since. So you are very welcome. Really glad to have all yourselves. Yeah. So here comes Rigo coming back from lunch. One of our great teammates. We have about 40 employees, which you might or might not know. And we've just been by Barn 14, where I was mentioning that's where Alice and Peter are looking to consider eventually building. And now we're going towards Barn 2, which is the start of our yearlings. These are our yearling fillies. Right now, Jeremy has moved all of the yearlings to the various locations that they'll stay now until the end of the year, or thereabouts, as we will start the yearling sales prep. And he started the yearling sales prep for the July yearlings, which we have 2 here, and then for the Saratoga yearlings, which we'll have probably 5 or 6 off the farm. And so he started that routine. It's about a 60-day training process where he'll hand walk them and also utilize the walker to get them fit in things. And again, Jeremy he's been with us now. Actually, they're getting turned out right now, and that's what I kind of wanted to see. He's a great addition to our team, as is Daniela. Erin has been here a little bit longer, but she's a great addition. And then we've got Kim and Sarah, who've been with us for so long. Those are within the office, and obviously Mark and company out in the field with the other 30 plus employees. So here you see we're turning these yearlings out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thanks, Daniela. So right there is a new exerciser. Crazy. Our exerciser that used to be there burned down, and when I say that, there was only a portion of it that most of it was metal, so it wasn't insured, and it caught an electric whatever short and burned down one night, and it was like, what? So there's part of our team right there. Y'all have more to go? All right, great. We'll see if we can manage this without losing you guys. So this is our yearling. So Jeremy brings them up, and his crew bring them up in the morning, 7 o'clock, and they stay in until lunchtime. And there's Victor. Hello, Victor.
Hello, man.
Good to see you. So Jeremy's crew also managed the two stallions, Aloha West and Oscar Performance, but he'll turn them out around 12:30 or so. And these are guys, this is also the surgery barn. So these are guys that might have had surgery or things, and they'll rehab here. And so they're in the process of all that as well. So what is so cool, all the foals that y'all have seen just a little bit ago are these guys a year later. So that's the Gal Factor, also owned by the Schiff family. Yeah. Who do we have here? Postscript. Thank you, Jeremy. Fully automatic. Oscar. Caesarea. Okay. We offered. Thank you. We offer 2 yearlings in the digital sale that was just completed on Tuesday. Yeah. It went from Wednesday of the week before to Tuesday. And we had 2 yearlings and then 2 of Mr. Strawbridge's maiden fillies. And it was a remarkable experience. We didn't know what to expect. We were late entering the fillies on Friday. Danielle did a great job. Jeremy did a great job. Kim did a great job in putting it all together by Saturday with a video and pedigree, and Fasig-Tipton was amazing to work with. And I've got to say, we exceeded our expectations on the fillies, on the sale of the fillies. And it was a great option under the circumstances. Couldn't have been more pleased with how it went. So hats off to Fasig and them working with us. This is a yearling Tarlo owned by Jerry Moss of Giacomo fame, and A&M Records, for all of y'all of a generation that might remember A&M Records. Yeah, Tijuana Brass. And this is the baby Jay. You can see here see his knees. So those are bandages. He had some, his knees were going offset, and Dr. Hunt is able to place a screw which limits the growth on one side of the plate to allow it to catch up. And it's just a simple procedure, but it requires some time. But it's so that's what he has, because his knees were offset, and it's a commercial. Don't get angry. I'm just trying to kind of adjust you here. I'm speaking to the gimbal, y'all. Y'all don't. If you've been doing this with me long enough, you know that we don't always get along. So, and it's in charge. I got to work with it. Baby J. Do y'all remember the Baby J before when we would have featured it with Lynn Schiff and things? Anyway, that is the Baby J yearling by American Pharoah. And here we have another client, one time only, a Daredevil. And those are the two that are still in the barn currently. So it's about 10 till 1, and yeah, okay, it's great to have you, and it's great to have all you guys. As I say, we're going to start, this is up once a month, middle of the month kind of an idea. It's been, again, Danielle is such a great partner with it all. And we're going to hopefully, now we got to go out here. I'm going to hold on for a second because I'm watching these yearlings through here that have just been turned out, and they are like kids on the playground. We got to capture that. It's too good. You got to finish with that. They go and they talk around the water cooler. And these are these are more recent, more current waterers. And then they go and they start roughhousing, which really is what makes them what they are. It's this land, and it's these hills, and it's these clients giving us the opportunity to raise these horses. And it's our history. Can y'all see that through there? It's the history of raising these horses to where we celebrate at the moment 36 Grade 1 winners, which is the highest level of racing that we've raised for our clients, raised or sold for our clients since 2000. So we'll finish this. Yeah, it's not letting me, you're right. We'll finish this tour. Mag, it's a pleasure. We'll finish this tour just kind of featuring these yearlings and doing what we do in this business, which is just to dream. And we'll be back, and I would say that Price will maybe do the next one, but if not, that'll be okay. It's really great to have y'all. And we'll just enjoy this for a second. You are all welcome. Thank you so much, Penelope. Thank y'all. Thank all you guys. Yeah, it's very special, and we love having you being part of our family. Till next time, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Pam. Bye-bye.